Hey, what is up everyone, and welcome back to another Formula 1 2020 Championship Mode video. In the last one, things were going so well in Spain, I thought I might actually have a good result, maybe get another podium finish, and then I got to drive through penalty. Today's Monaco. I know this isn't going to go well. I'm extremely sure of this because I never do well around Monaco, and having to drive 20 whole laps without losing front wings or anything like that, it's not happening. I've come to terms with that already, and yeah, hopefully things just go okay. That is all I hope. If I can get a points finish here, I'll be happy. That's how little confidence I have in my Monaco skills. So, this will be the last video I think I'm recording before the end of the Formula 1 2020 season in real life. I'm recording this on the Friday, but I think it actually will be the first video that I have coming out after the end. So yeah, I wonder what you guys thought of the season, whether you enjoyed it. I definitely think this has been the most interesting season for me personally since I started watching back in 2017. Obviously it's been really dominant at the front with Mercedes, but like everything else has just been a complete free-for-all, and even Mercedes have dropped the ball on occasion. So we'll load the Monaco dry setup. I will double check to make sure it's not gonna rain here, and why would it? It's Monaco. It rarely ever does, apart from that 1 year where it did, and I think that was 2016 possibly, and I've already been disqualified from qualifying. So yeah, that went well. So now I'm starting at the back in Monaco. I've lost my front wing for good measure. This is a complete shambles. Yeah, what was I saying? 2016, and I remember watching a clip of a insanely good overtake by Esteban Gutierrez. I believe he was driving the Haas, if I remember correctly, and yeah, pulled off a really great overtake into I think it was turn 3, which is not a typical overtaking spot at all. I'm making a complete meal of this at this point, but you know, I don't care. I am starting at the back regardless of whether I do well in qualifying or not. So I'm just taking it nice and easy. Leisurely Sunday drive. Nothing really went wrong after those first few corners, so that is at least somewhat encouraging. I know I drove a few terrible corners, but that's whatever. So yeah, 20th, Max Verstappen in first. Good for you, buddy. Am I going to be allowed to race because of the 100% rule? Or 107% rule? I don't think that applies in this game, right? Like, even if you skip qualifying entirely, you're still fine.
And with qualifying complete, let's review our top 3 today. Verstappen, Hamilton and Charles Leclerc. Goodbye for now then, but we're really just getting started. Make sure to join us again for Lights Out tomorrow.
Alright then, I'm going to have to make some fucking moves if I want to finish in the points now. I was anticipating I'd qualify maybe like 8th or so, and yeah, I'm starting in P20, P last, as Antonio Giovinazzi would call it. Yeah, not boding well. Lots of things could go very, very wrong at the beginning. Kind of all I'm hoping is that I don't just absolutely bin it. That's kind of the dream here. It's happened to me before in Monaco. It's where I've got my only career mode DNF to date. When I played in 2018, I DNF'd here in my first season after starting at the back again due to grid penalties. So yeah, that is what I'm attempting to avoid in this particular instance.
Thank you all for joining us today for another exciting round of this championship season. We're on the French Riviera once more this weekend at the 2-mile-long Circuit de Monaco. The cars climb around 40 metres up through Beau Rivage, onto the casino, and then descending down towards the harbour through Sector 2. It's a very short run from pole position to the first of the 19 corners here, 7 to the left and 11 to the right. There's one single DRS zone as well, so don't expect that to make overtaking any easier today. And I'm joined once again by Anthony Davidson to bring you the lowdown for today's race. Let me ask you about Racing Point. What do you make of their performance so far this season?
Well, the atmosphere within that team seems very positive at the moment. Everyone seems like they're in great spirits and having a lot of fun doing what they do, and that's definitely contributed to the performances we've seen.
It's time to see how our drivers are stacking up after yesterday's exciting qualifying session. Young superstar Max Verstappen starts from pole position, and it's Lewis Hamilton alongside. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Leclerc, Bottas, Daniel Ricciardo, and Albon, Sainz, Ocon, Vettel, and Lando Norris, Stroll, Kvyat, Pierre Gasly, and Latifi, Magnussen, Russell, Romain Grosjean, and Kimi Raikkonen, Giovinazzi, and Sergio Perez completes our grid. It's almost time for the lights to go out, so let's head down to the track and get this Grand Prix underway.
So I guess despite what one might call a botched qualifying, I have been allowed to race. Nicholas Latifi did quite well there to get into P14. Good job by him. Yeah, I really just have to be absolutely clinical, 0 mistakes, and there's nothing else that can be said here. If I make even the slightest error, there is no point. Yeah, I think I'll go with this strategy here, the 7-13 one. I guess I could try and mess around with the strategy to do it the other way around, but I want to make places up. That's the goal here, so I am going to go with this strategy. Like, I need to be just faster than everyone, basically. My starts are usually quite good, so I might get Giovinazzi here. Never mind, we got a lightning start, but it was alright, yeah. You know, we've seen me do these before. Oh, Kevin! I don't know how I was supposed to predict that. And then Raikkonen's got me here as well.
Mind that front wing. It'll need replacing if it takes too much damage.
Well, this is going to be a very interesting race now, isn't it?
A new strategy is available on the MFD.
It's so slow at the back here. Alright, I guess I'm switching onto my tyres early and going to the end. This could actually be great, because it means that I'm not constantly scrapping with cars towards the back, and I can actually just like claw my way back to hopefully within a pit stop of the people up front. So this might actually play into my hands slightly. I'll be defending on slightly older tyres than the cars that are attacking me, but you know, if there's one place that you can't overtake at, it's Monaco. Oh my god, the car, it will not turn. Max Verstappen's already finished the first lap. So we're pitting early, changing the front wing because it just got absolutely decimated by Kevin Magnussen's early braking. I was not anticipating it. And now we have a fight back on our hands.
Go, go, go.
I really need my luck to turn around at some point in this season. I feel like I've lost out so many times due to just getting unlucky.
Pit strategy complete. See these
But
tires through to
I've
the
always
end
had
now.
points finishes so far, so it'd be a shame to see that scoring streak end in this race here. So now I just have to make up as much time as possible in the cars ahead. Just try and make as few mistakes as possible. This is a really hard track to commentate like live commentate because it's definitely the one that requires the most of my focus. It looks like I'm gaining on definitely the cars at the back at least. If I can start getting into the like 116s, that would be ideal. I think I've had one warning for a collision, but no warnings for corner cutting yet. So hopefully I won't get too many of those, because this place can also be trouble for corner cutting. I think this place and Montreal are the two that I struggle with the corner cutting restrictions the most, just for the final chicane in Montreal. But you know, I'll talk about that a bit more when I actually get there. So this lap is a 119 with a pit stop. Like coming out of the pits, yeah, that was a better than exceeding the track limits. I need to be careful not to get penalties here because that's going to cost me. That's the second time in including qualifying in 3 laps that I've cut that first corner there. But you know, after that things are usually fairly standard. Making up a lot of time on Antonio Giovinazzi there. Magnussen and Grosjean choosing to start on the hard tyres actually, so they'll be trying to go deep into this race, and that could be another factor for helping me make my way back up the field, is that they'll be holding up a lot of cars after they've stopped. And if I can make some decisive overtakes, that's my second track limits warning in this lap. I need to be really careful now, otherwise I will get a bit of a penalty. Goodness me. Okay. I don't know what happened there. My car just understeered like crazy. This is not fun. It's looking like it's going to be a last place finish now at this rate. They're putting on another set of mediums, I guess. I'm going to get lapped. There comes Verstappen.
Go now.
I think I'll be alright just about, but yeah, I think any chance of points is gone with that completely. This is a comedy of a race at this point. I'm not meant to be the one getting that. I'm meant to be the one doing the lapping. Well, my task to make it back into the points just got a lot harder. There's Max Verstappen. He's literally right behind me already. I need to pick up the pace or I am going to get lapped. See if I can do a Sergio Perez, Bahrain, I guess Sakir style, last the first challenge. Problem is, Max Verstappen was out of that race, and he is definitely still in this one, leading the field at the moment. So yeah, I think my race is already basically over, unfortunately, just due to a couple of small mistakes. I still can't cut any corners either, otherwise I'm getting a penalty. Needed to get out of that corner a little bit, otherwise I was going to steer into the wall again. Whoa, I put myself on the inside of that one, but I managed to catch it luckily. Like, I'm just not confident around this circuit whatsoever, unfortunately. I can't wait for Baku, because I always run quite well around there. Like I said, like Sergio Perez in real life, I think Baku's a bit of a home circuit for me in terms of, like, I always score good points.
Our gap to the car in front is 45.1 seconds.
This is just miserable, honestly. Now I know how Nicholas Latifi feels.
Okay, box. We're adjusting the strategy.
Is there even any point in me, like, continuing this race, honestly, at this point? Like, I just can't steer the car.
The virtual safety car is out. Reduce
okay,
speed and maintain a positive delta.
At least I won't
Drop your
lose
speed. Our delta is
too
too
much time.
low and we risk a penalty. Slow your pace immediately.
And I should be in the pits when the VSC ends, hopefully. So I won't have to worry about speeding. It's a shame it's not a full safety car. I feel like that's my best chance of getting back into this race.
The Virtual safety car is ending. Maintain your pace until the green flag. VSC ending. Wait for green.
So yeah, I think my race is pretty much over on account of the fact that I'm gonna get lapped by basically the whole field as a result of changing my wing for now the 3rd time. Like, this is just embarrassing at this point, but you know.
Exit now.
I'll say I was doing a very good job for a good like 20 laps when I did this race in a league. I mean, I did end up crashing out. Don't get me wrong. I'm getting lapped by Williamses, man. Like, this is a new low even for me.
Blue flag.
As soon as I overtake him, he's just gonna get blue flags again. So, like, I don't know. I feel so like gone out of this race. Like, I thought Sakir was embarrassment. I have clearly seen nothing for how terrible this is. Oh, and now I've got a penalty for cutting corners.
Penalty will go against our finishing time at the
That's
end of
alright,
the
I'll
race.
serve that in my next pit stop in 2 laps time. Like, feasibly, my best shot of points here is a full safety car. That's like the only way I'm gonna even be in with a shot.
The car ahead has come in to fit the mediums. Car ahead, now running medium tyres.
And they're also 53 seconds up the road.
Okay,
Like,
gap ahead is 53.5 seconds.
it's just impossible, surely. Like, the first crash, you could make a case for might not have been my fault, but the second and third ones absolutely were. So yeah, anything less than a full safety car before I get lapped by 2 new cars. Because obviously, like, a lot of these guys are coming into the pits and I won't be pitting again. And because I had to do 2 new pit stops, it's effectively like I didn't make any. So I'm coming out ahead of, I think that's Bottas. So I actually am, in the end, not lapped by that many cars, I don't think. So if we do get a full safety car, which, you know, it's possible, then I actually might not be completely out of this race. But that's a big if, you know. It's only happened, what, once? I don't know if it's even happened in this series now I think about it. I can't think of a time we had a full safety car, but we might have done. Probably had one when me and Verstappen had that crash in Bahrain, but you know, I don't know if that counts given that I didn't have to follow that safety car because I was already out of the race. Alright, things seem to be going a little bit better now, so it's only a matter of time before I crash into something or get another penalty or something like that. Ah, there we go, told you.
Be careful with the front wing. You've taken some minor damage. Check your MFD for a new strategy option.
Yeah, whatever.
Understood, copy
It's
that.
not even halfway through the race. Oh, did they want me to come in next lap? Well, too bad, I'm coming in this lap. What tyres are they putting on me? How many mediums do we have? It's probably better if I get lapped by the whole field, because then I'm not a danger to society. Oh, they didn't hold me for my penalty, so I guess that's still being added on at the end, huh? So it looks like Giovinazzi will be the only person I'm actually coming out ahead of. And even he's getting a blue flag, so I'm going to have to let him through.
Blue flag.
Alright, so now this has become a competition of how many cars will I not be lapped
Fuel
by the
target
end.
is +1.
If I
Faster
can,
engine modes are available.
I can make some overtakes happen on these cars. This is what happens when I record and I'm tired. I've just been out for a meal and, you know, it wasn't gonna go well, and I fully accepted this reality. I just want to catch a break in one of these races, honestly. I have not had one since Melbourne. I was like, wow, maybe this series will be really boring because I will just win every race, and then yeah. Things have been not quite as simple as that, unfortunately. I'm so much faster than him. Like, this is ridiculous. I might try and shape up a move around the outside of the hairpin here. No, not quite. At this point, it's just time for this race to end, and we're only halfway through. This is tragic. So what have you guys thought of this playthrough so far? Comic relief? That's kind of the vibe I feel like this race is giving off. 4 pit stops to change front wings. When will number 5 be? If you can guess correctly, based on my rate of crashing so far, then props to you. You don't have to post it in the comments, because obviously you can just look that up, and there's no prizes to be won, apart from the prize of knowing that you could guess correctly when I was going to make a terrible mistake. And yeah, if you guess lap 11...
Mind that front wing. It'll need replacing if it takes too much damage.
To be fair, I don't know if there needs to be a pit stop over this.
A new strategy is available on the MFD.
Well, the team seems to think so.
Copy that.
Yeah, sure. We'll go for a fastest lap. Why not? We'll try and steal a point away from the front runners if I'm not scoring any myself here. I think that's fair. Another factor is the more times I get lapped, the less laps I actually have to drive, which is, you know, probably for the best. So if I get lapped twice by Verstappen or whoever out in front, I only actually have to finish 18 laps. Which, you know, is probably...
Okay, take it easy on the car. We can't sustain
probably
this
the
level of
reality we
damage.
want. So coming into the pits for the 5th time, strongly debating whether I just re-record this video after and pretend like this whole race weekend hasn't happened. But you know, sometimes it's just like that.
Complete.
Sometimes,
Go now.
who was it? Istanbul, Valtteri Bottas. He spun like 5 times, and he was like, "I just want." What was it? They said, "Oh, there's 5 laps to go," and he was like, "I wish it was less." And that's the energy I've come into this race with, I think. Because I've got what, 8 laps to go, and I'm wishing it was less. I don't know, it's a very unforgiving circuit. You don't nail the corners, and it's adios front wing. And I'm playing with simulation damage because I feel like you have to have some kind of balance for the fact that you're playing with as many assists as you are. And I feel like the whatchamacallit. The simulation damage and the lack of flashbacks are that equalizer for the fact that I'm playing on so many assists. It's like sometimes you will just have an absolutely dogshit race weekend, and I'm having that one right now. But I am setting purple sectors, which is a good feeling because it means that I may be able to rob the front runners of a point. It looks like I'm probably going to tumble quite significantly down the order in the Drivers' Championship this race though, because I think quite a lot of the people that are quite close behind me are moving up in the world, and also Racing Point will probably lose out to Ferrari in the Constructors' Championship for now. So if I can get around a whole lap without losing my front wing, then maybe I can go for a fastest lap or something. But yeah, this is an accurate reflection of why I play with flashbacks turned on, because when you're doing 100% race, you really want to drive 78 laps where you're just like not even in with a chance. I feel like you guys will empathise with that, but sometimes it's not worth the cost. You know, me sinking an hour and a half into driving around doing nothing, and I've spun.
Some information on Norris. It looks like the problem is terminal. They're retiring the car. Virtual safety car, virtual safety car. Reduce speed immediately.
Well,
and keep
this
a
came at a
positive
pretty
delta.
good time. I feel like I've got away with that one.
VSC ending, we're going green. Maintain positive delta until the green flags.
Oh, I feel like that meme that's like, I don't know, the one I've got in my head is can't be affected by a 3-second penalty if you are already a lap down behind any other driver. You know, in F1 2010 I used to lap the field, and that was without flashbacks as well. Now look at me, they've made the game difficult, and I'm terrible. I mean, granted, I played with assists on in that game as well. I won't be around the bush, but you know, the passion was there. Where is my passion now? It died a long time ago with 5 different front wings. Pretty good lap considering half of it was under VSC running. Maybe this one could be the one, you know? I'm actually burning through more fuel than I'm expected. I started on like +2 and now I'm only at +0.6, so I probably shouldn't run in rich for fear of burning through my excess fuel. So here I've only just gotten past Lando Norris, his carcass, I guess. And it was like a solid 2 minutes ago. Giovinazzi's already on the next lap, and I'm a lap down. That's just a testament to how much this race weekend has sucked. But you know, what can you do? I suppose I could just drive my car into a wall, but feasibly what do I achieve by doing that? The answer is very little in reality, I think, which is why I haven't done that. I might as well do more laps around here, try and get better. And you know, I haven't had an accident in nearly 5 laps, so maybe it's working. Looks like my tyre life is dying out a little bit now. All my tyres might be overheating, actually. Yeah, it looks like that's kind of the case. I didn't quite get a chance to look because I accidentally skipped onto one. Yeah, my front left is getting a bit hot. That will happen on a track like this.
What happened? Let me know you're okay.
What? That was enough to DNF me? That was just like a love tap. Oh man, seriously? I mean, I'm not that mad, because like, was this really going well? But, oh, I mean, that's a bit annoying, I must admit. GG, I guess. I feel like that's the less embarrassing option than admitting like what actually happened.
Victory for the team from Milton Keynes then, after a quality performance. So Anthony, what made the difference out there today?
Well, this was a real team victory. They put together a solid strategy today that appeared well suited to the conditions out on track. The driver did everything that was expected of them in the moment to really execute the team's plan to perfection. A shining example of how F1 really is a team sport.
The drivers are en route to the podium as we speak. What a fantastic win for the Red Bull team. They performed exceptionally today, keeping us firmly on the edge of our seats throughout the entirety of the race. Congratulations to everyone at the team.
Well, GG Max Verstappen, I guess. That was probably the worst, the darkest race weekend of my life. Especially of this playthrough. Nothing went well at all.
Let's see what effect this result has had on the driver's standings. That lead at the top of the table has shrunk somewhat today. Now, let's discuss, Ant. Who would you say is a contender for driver of the day?
Often my go-to would be a driver who's managed to pull off an especially impressive feat during the race. However, in this instance, I was more impressed by Max Verstappen's solid, clean driving throughout the event.
Let's move on to the constructors. Mercedes continue to extend their lead. Meanwhile, Ferrari have improved their position. A strong weekend from them as they fight their way towards the top. After an event like that, who knows what the sport has in store for us next time? Be sure to join us again as we continue to bring you the latest excitement in Formula One.
Well, that is what it is, and that's all I can really say about that. Lost 2 places in the driver standings, lost a place in the constructor standings. Can make them up. There's not too much of a deficit at this point that I have to worry about. Charles Leclerc came 4th, so that was a pretty good result from Ferrari there. And yeah, if somehow you enjoyed me driving around this coastal hellscape for half an hour, why don't you like and subscribe, and hopefully I will see you in the next one.